Kinshasa, capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. With a population of over 14 million, it's the largest French-speaking city in the world. The streets are bustling with activity. Many people take on multiple jobs to get by.
Africa News, Palmarès, Machette, Lefa.
Among them are couriers, street sweepers, maggot sellers, bread sellers, and jewelers. Each day they count their earnings, dreaming of becoming one of Congo's super rich.
Everyone in Congo dreams of getting rich. There's money if you know where to find it.
But large parts of the population live below the poverty line. Albert is a fisherman. He earns less than €1.70 per day. Just opposite from his poor neighborhood live some of Congo's richest people.
That's La Cité du Fleuve. The rich live there. They do business deals. We catch fish.
The residential complex is for Congo's new upper class, including the country's millionaires. Uninvited guests aren't allowed in. Fally Ipupa has the kind of life most Congolese can only dream of.
I never imagined I'd have multiple cars. I just wanted to sing and make a name for myself in Kinshasa and in Africa.
Fally Ipupa is the DRC's biggest star, and he's known internationally. He is also a multimillionaire.
Want a photo?
My guy! I love you, man!
I love you too.
Man like Fally Ipupa, you know. What you saying? Hey.
He's just invested more than €600,000 in a new home in La Cité du Fleuve.
Are the doors open? Go on, open them.
J'aime beaucoup être ici, surtout les dimanches.
I really like being here, especially on Sundays. I can relax here. I've always liked coming to the river with my family, so I decided to put down a few bricks.
Those few bricks amount to a California-style villa, which stands out here in the DRC, one of the world's poorest countries in terms of GDP per capita. It doesn't have to be that way. With its abundance of mineral resources, the DRC could be one of the richest countries in Africa. Mining is the country's most important industry. Many of Fally's neighbors have made a fortune selling raw materials to a resource-hungry world. Fally likes to relax away from the hustle and bustle of the city center. The Congo River is one of the longest in the world. For the local fishermen, it's also vital to their livelihood. They recognize the singer immediately.
They say they're my brothers. I'll give them something. Give them $50.
Fally gets one of the marina workers to hand out a few notes.
This is a lot. We called out to him, and he gave us $50 to share amongst ourselves.
Each fisherman just got the equivalent of about €7, the amount they'd earn in a whole week.
These people have different problems than we do. They even work on Sundays. I often give them a little something, even if it's just so they can take home a treat for their children. I'm happy to do it.
Fally Ipupa is one of about 600 millionaires in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The DRC is the largest country in Central Africa, about 6 times the size of Germany. It's home to nearly 100 million people. Its history is one of conflict and exploitation. The ongoing violence has resulted in 6 million deaths in the past couple decades. In 1965, Mobutu Sese Seko came to power. Nicknamed the Leopard of Zaire, he ruled for nearly 32 years, embezzling the equivalent of more than 4 billion euros during his reign. In 1996, civil war broke out. Militias, supported by neighboring countries, enlisted thousands of child soldiers as they attempted to seize the country's wealth. Mobutu died a year later in exile. 2001 saw Joseph Kabila step into the political spotlight. During his 18 years in power, he amassed an estimated fortune of more than 13 billion euros. Because of its instability, the DRC is today regarded as a failed state. We're traveling across the Democratic Republic of Congo to understand why some are getting richer and richer, while others are struggling to survive. In Kinshasa, the roads are unpaved and difficult to navigate. Amid this chaos, a young woman named Mokembi is trying to build a future.
Tell me what to do. The officers are supposed to direct traffic, but one of them says go to the left, the other one says go to the right. What am I supposed to do?
Mokembi is in the middle of a test. In the back seat, Arnaud is evaluating how well she navigates the traffic. She's clearly feeling the pressure.
You'll have to turn soon. You can tell you don't know your way around here. Follow this car.
Mokembi has applied to be a driver at a taxi startup. The company was founded by a Congolese businesswoman who wants to lift women out of poverty. The pink cars are the service's trademark. Previously, Mokembi worked as a nurse. If she passes the test, she'll triple her salary, earning around 250 euros per month.
I can't wait to start the job. Let's hope I pass the test.
Okay, back to the office.
Mokembi plays the part of a professional chauffeur until the very end. But it will be a few days before she finds out if she's landed the job. The cab company's customers are middle and upper class. To make the time spent in Kinshasa's traffic jams more enjoyable, passengers are offered drinks, snacks, and even Wi-Fi.
We're the first to offer this.
Patricia Zolantima wants to give women better employment opportunities. After completing her studies, she returned to Congo and started this cab service with the help of investors. Today, she pays it forward and supports other female entrepreneurs.
We want to have more millionaires. Congo has more than 80 million residents, and we're rich in natural resources. It's time for Congolese women to get a piece of that wealth.
Despite the instability in the country,
give me 2 of those.
Patricia believes the economy will take off.
You can't reduce Congo to rape and wars. There are young people, especially young women, who are trying to make real change. So it's wrong to reduce the country to just the things that don't work. This new generation will move the country forward.
Like Patricia and her friends, more and more Congolese people are returning from abroad to work and invest in their homeland. These so-called repats live in secure areas that offer a Western standard of living. La Cité des Fleuves, the high-end residential complex sitting on a couple hundred hectares, 2 new residents are moving in. Olivier and Naomi have just relocated from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Most important for us was the washing machine and the bed.
The couple works in finance. New job prospects convinced them to return to their home country.
This will be the living room. The carpet can go here. There, the table, the TV. This will be the bedroom.
The apartment also offers a great view of the Congo River. Olivier and Naomi are newlyweds and want to start a family here. The couple earns about 3,500 euros per month. That's more than 100 times the average salary. A third of it will go towards rent, the steep price of security.
You know, I want a place where my kids can play in the streets and they don't have to worry about 100 other people on the streets, and they don't have to worry about air pollution, noise pollution. They can do their homework in peace. So it's also very much about the environment, but also, yes, it is a whole lot safer than the inner city.
A brand new apartment, brand new furnishings. The next thing we need is a brand new baby.
The couple has found their safe haven.
Beginning of a new life for us.
Yes. There's growing demand to live in this new residential complex. Eventually, La Cité des Fleuves will have more than 2,000 homes, including singer Fally Ipupas. We meet him at an estate he rented to film his new music video.
Action.
The dancers are dressed as Congolese warriors. The shoot is going well until suddenly the music stops. There's been a power outage in the area.
There's no electricity. We're trying to work it out.
Fally and his team are stuck. Finally, a technician tracks down an emergency generator. But that quickly breaks too. Fally is frustrated, even though he's used to these sorts of challenges.
You see this tattoo? It means I'm Congolese. I'm not going to leave my country just because of a few power outages.
Eventually, Fally Ipupas' assistant Manon tries using the car's sound system.
We make do with what we have. I'll connect my phone to the car for now.
It works, and the video shoot can continue. In his 20-year music career thus far, Fally has joined the club of multimillionaires, and the number of members is increasing. The country is rich in minerals, including coltan, from which tantalum is extracted. The metal is used in the manufacture of mobile phones. The mines are in the Great Lakes region, in the eastern part of the country near the Rwandan border. Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, has been shaken by bloody conflicts for more than 2 decades. Armed groups fight each other for control of the mineral resources. The UN has stationed 16,000 peacekeepers here to shore up a fragile peace. The residents in this region are poor and traumatized by violence. Those who have made their fortune live along the shore of Lake Kivu, including one of the region's most influential businessmen. His villa is guarded around the clock by police. It's like a fortress. Robert Zeninga is a multimillionaire.
Hi, how are you?
François.
His wealth comes from coltan mining. He was once a rebel leader. In 2006, he was elected to parliament in the Masisi district.
Even when you're a politician, you can still do business.
Robert Zeninga freely admits that political clout has helped him. He runs the mining cooperative, Cooperama, which extracts coltan. His bodyguards never leave his side. I ask him where we are.
This is Cooperama's headquarters, the heart of the mineral trade.
The simple building belies the millions that Cooperama turns over each year. Robert Zeninga looks over the production figures of the last few days.
On the 6th, it was 4 tons and 668 kilos.
The numbers are looking pretty good.
It's 40 tons in total.
I ask how much that's worth.
A kilo is about $42 to $45. You can do the math.
In the last few days, the mines have brought in close to 2 million euros. With 3,000 mine workers, Cooperama is the region's biggest employer. I ask if any children work in his mines.
No, that's illegal. There are officers who make sure they don't. Children should be in school, not the mines.
Helmets, boots, and masks are mandatory in the mines to ensure the workers' safety. According to Zeninga, the mines are seen as a model for the region. They're situated about 60 kilometers from Goma, in one of the most beautiful landscapes in Africa. But it's also among the most dangerous regions. Conflict has raged on here for more than 20 years. In 1994, one of the worst atrocities of the 20th century took place in neighboring Rwanda, a genocide that killed almost 1 million people. Hundreds of thousands of people fled to the Democratic Republic of Congo, including many of the perpetrators. Since then, survivors and perpetrators have lived side by side in this volatile region. Meanwhile, armed rebel groups clash over Congo's valuable resources. We head to the mines with Landry, Robert Zeninga's chief engineer.
Zeninga has saved the Masisi community. Thanks to him, life can go on as normal.
But little seems to have changed in the region in recent years. The roads are disastrous. Every day, people risk their lives getting to work. Several times on our journey, our vehicle nearly veers off the road into the ravine.
That was close. A bit further, and we'd have ended up in the river. Nearly there.
After 5 hours on the road, we reach Rubaya, home to the biggest coltan mine in the country. About 100,000 people live here. Among them are Gilles, his wife, and their 3 children. The family lives in this 15 square meter home. Everything has its designated spot.
The house is very small. We hang the shoes on the wall. The children's things are here.
The adjacent room has the kitchen and the family's bed.
The bed is very narrow. We sleep there, and my wife cooks here.
The couple moved here 5 years ago, hoping to get wealthy from the mines.
I hope God will help me, so one day I can buy a car like this one.
For now, Gilles earns the equivalent of €5 per day. His work is many kilometers away from the center of Rubaya. It takes him an hour and a half to get there. There are hundreds of coltan mines in the area. The one Gilles works in is called Bamfu. The ore is extracted from the sludge by hand.
It's easier by hand. That way, we can separate the coltan from the sand.
Once processed, it's an important part of manufacturing microelectronic components.
This is coltan. It's mainly used for mobile phones.
Gilles has to climb into the mine to dig. The way down is slippery.
Wait, stop. If you know how to do it, it's pretty easy.
There's nothing to hold on to for the 15-meter descent. At the bottom, it's difficult to breathe. The shafts and tunnels are not adequately supported. They're at risk of collapsing. Gilles gets to work with a pickaxe.
There's a lot of sand here. It's endless.
Extraction is the priority, not safety. Serious accidents often occur in these mines. I ask if it's dangerous.
Sometimes rocks fall.
Landry sees no problems with the safety standards.
It's normal for there to be deaths in mines because of landslides, for example. Not just in Rubaya, but everywhere. If this shaft collapsed now, we'd probably all suffocate.
There are no official figures, but fatal accidents while coltan mining are commonplace, not the exception. We notice that some of the miners look very young. Landry seems uncomfortable with our questions.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
He's 20 years old. He may seem younger because he's so small, but he manages well.
Of Gilles' 30 or so colleagues, half look younger than 18 years old. In this region and others, we regularly encounter children who hide when they see our cameras. According to UNICEF, more than 40,000 children work in the DRC's mines. While this mineral makes some people rich, it robs others of their childhood and sometimes even their life. Everyone tries to profit from coltan mining, which is why the black market is flourishing. A considerable portion of this valuable commodity is sold under the table to avoid paying taxes to the Congolese government. This illegal trade takes place with the help of Congolese soldiers, who let the convoys pass through.
Vous en voyez tous les jours du coltan passer?
Il y a des jours où ça peut passer 2-3 tonnes, voire même, on peut aller même jusqu'à 10 tonnes par jour.
The soldier makes good money through the black market trade.
$100 le mois. Avec le coltan, je peux facilement gagner $1000 par jour.
Donc tout le monde le fait?
Oui. Si je trouve par exemple des trafiquants qui viennent me proposer voici $500 ou $1000, là c'est clair, je ne peux pas refuser. Moi qui gagne $80 le mois, quand je trouve $1000 en un seul jour, c'est facile.
The Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the 20 most corrupt countries in the world. Illegal trade means the Congolese state misses out on several billion euros in revenue every year. Nevertheless, the mining sector drove Congo's economy to almost 6% growth in 2018. That economic success is especially showcased on the Boulevard of June 30th in DRC's capital, Kinshasa. The street is named after the DRC's Independence Day. Being an entrepreneur is something many young Congolese dream of. The job is demanding, but the financial independence more than makes up for it. One such entrepreneur is celebrating a lucrative new contract. Eric Monga not only runs a business, he's also the head of a trade association.
Here's to the future of the business.
Good luck with your project.
They toast with expensive champagne because Eric has good news. He just returned from Florida in the United States, where he met with investors. He has convinced them to fund his ambitious project, which will cost more than 400 million euros.
A contract was signed, but that's all I can tell you. We're drinking to celebrate how well our friend negotiated it.
Eric wants to construct a hydroelectric power plant. Fewer than 1 in 5 people in Congo have access to electricity. He wants to change that.
In every problem, there's also a business opportunity. People need food, they need clothes, and now we want to make sure they have electricity.
He plans to improve living conditions for at least some of the nearly 100 million people in the DRC. Eric Monga is from Lubumbashi, in the southern part of the country. He made his fortune with a company specializing in the chemical analysis of minerals. He's about to show us the location of his future dam. The area is remote and sparsely populated. The project will mean bringing workers in from far away, but the challenge is worth it.
The power plant will bring in almost $1 million per month, a lot of money. Whoops, welcome to the bush.
Eric has set up a small camp in the middle of the wilderness. It hosts a team of engineers.
Hello, how's it going?
About a dozen employees have been living here for a year. They have a water tank, a generator, and some small sheds.
Right now we're standing at about 735 meters. The top of the dam will be at 830 meters. The water will go up to that level there, where the sun is. This will be an enormous lake.
At a height of 90 meters, the dam will be one of the largest in the DRC. It'll have a capacity of 150 megawatts, providing 500,000 residents with power. And building it will create about 3,000 jobs.
We're making something that will really benefit the region. It's especially important for farmers. They need electricity to modernize agriculture.
Several investors, especially Americans, have shown interest in the project. Eric hopes to wrap up construction within 3 years.
Merci.
He believes people can be successful when they have the courage to leap into the unknown.
Nous avons vu beaucoup de gens venir au Congo, aller là où c'est difficile, là où il n'y a rien.
Many people have found success here. Why not me? If you work hard, you can make a lot of money here in a short time.
Le lendemain, tu deviens riche parce que tu as travaillé.
Eric is not alone in this belief. More and more Congolese are becoming entrepreneurs, throwing themselves into the business world in the hope of escaping poverty. Back to Kinshasa. In the early morning, bread sellers come from all parts of the city to stock up from this wholesaler. Many women make a living this way. Marie comes here every day at 6 a.m.
2 boxes.
Marie was widowed 6 months ago. Now she must provide for her family alone.
Hold this for me, please. No, it's not too heavy. I'm used to it. It's part of the job.
Marie is balancing more than 15 kilos. Every day, she sets up her stand on a busy street corner.
How much is the cake?
300 francs.
I'll take one.
I'll give you 2. You've gotten so thin.
Oh, thanks. I often come here and buy bread from Marie. I like her stand. It's clean.
Marie gets lots of customers with her friendly disposition.
It's going well today.
She typically earns about 60 euros a day selling bread. She dreams of opening more stalls and even getting rich.
If you know how to manage a business, you can become a millionaire. You just have to be smart, plan properly, and run your business well.
She still has a long way to go. Her net profit at the end of the day is only 18 euros. Marie goes to church 3 times per week to pray and thank God.
God is very important to me. I owe everything to Him.
Evangelical churches thrive in Congo, and some make their money from capitalizing on other people's faith. On this Sunday morning in Kinshasa, the city's usually bustling streets are nearly deserted. Since dawn, tens of thousands of people have been streaming into the country's national stadium. They're not here for a soccer match or a concert. The 80,000 attendees have come to see a man they believe performs miracles.
We believe in the Prophet Konda's miracles.
I was dying, but then I drank a glass of his miracle juice, and my pain disappeared immediately. I'm living proof. He is a prophet.
There are camera crews, photographers, cheerleaders, and lots of police. It's one of the biggest events of the year. It's even being broadcast live on television. Dominique Konda is the man everyone is waiting for. The self-proclaimed prophet has several million followers. When he enters the stadium, the crowd erupts. Before he goes on stage, he greets former Prime Minister Rono Chibala. The wife of former President Joseph Kabila is also in the audience. After a few prayers and songs, he begins to preach.
They don't want you to succeed or live in abundance, prosperity, and wealth. But even in poverty, even when you were hungry or ill, you'll have everything as long as you realize the truth. Amen. Fear not. Amen.
Dominique Konda's business model involves a supposed miracle cure that he peddles across the country, but not here out in the open. Instead, he sells it discreetly in small rural communities. The business has already earned him several million euros. A few days later, we accompany Konda to Matete, a Kinshasa suburb. Outside the church, more than 100 of his followers are waiting.
The Prophet told me to stop spending money on doctors. He told me to drink the juice and pray.
At 11 o'clock, Dominique Konda arrives in his luxury car.
Amen.
His followers have all come for some of his supposed miracle cure. But first, the Prophet wants a donation. Konda receives the sick as though they were on a conveyor belt. This woman had a brain hemorrhage 1 year ago.
I came to the Prophet because I'm very ill. When I heard about the Prophet's miracle cure, I asked to be brought to him. I can't walk anymore.
She should be massaged with the juice. I think that will help her.
I have faith that he will heal me.
Consultations usually only last seconds.
You need to take the juice.
The prescription is always the same.
Are you taking the juice?
Yes.
Good, keep taking it.
After speaking to the Prophet, the sick people are sent next door to the pharmacy. This is where they get the famous juice. No one here doubts its healing powers.
It cures AIDS, stomach pain, liver cancer, cirrhosis, all kinds of diseases.
I had AIDS and lost a lot of weight. Now I weigh 52 kilos thanks to the juice from the Prophet Dominique Konda. He healed me.
There's no science behind the juice, but many people blindly trust it. A half liter costs the equivalent of 14 euros, about a third of the average monthly salary.
3 of us pooled our money and we're going to share a bottle.
There's a strong smell of gasoline in the room.
There's lemon juice in it, gasoline, and some other ingredients.
Right now, the juice is bottled on site. But demand is so high that soon Kondo will begin producing it in a factory.
Here's the new packaging.
According to the packaging, the juice cures epilepsy, cancer, and even AIDS. The active ingredient, divine enlightenment.
This product treats illnesses with different causes, such as epilepsy, cancer, and so on.
It says it cures AIDS, but he didn't read that.
No, we haven't tried it with AIDS much.
More than 500,000 Congolese are HIV positive. Another supposed benefit of the miracle cure, it can bring children back from the dead.
Some people have applied the juice to their stillborn babies, and they've woken up again.
A juice that can cure AIDS and bring the dead back to life. Congolese authorities don't stop him from selling tens of thousands of bottles of his gasoline lemon mixture every year. While his assistants count the day's earnings, most Congolese people continue their daily struggle against poverty. The road to becoming a millionaire legitimately is long and hard. That's why some take short